Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
YouTube keeps doing weird things to the live setup, apparently, and forced it to be vertical. So I even looked for the setting to make it horizontal, and it wasn't there.
Okay.
Good
Well,
morning.
Here we are.
We're just real close together.
Yep.
What's going on?
I'm exhausted. I'm tired.
But we haven't done anything
I know,
yet
we just
today.
woke up.
Good morning, everybody. I know it's a weird day. We usually do videos on Tuesdays
And Saturday.
and Saturdays, but we're here on Monday to announce some special things.
Yeah.
And one thing in particular is launching today, and that's why we're here on Monday. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm a little, cloud is like right underneath me here. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, so what's going on?
So many things.
So
We
many
have a
things.
lot of things coming up, and we are excited to share it with you.
Yes, the temperature is changing.
You can feel that the air is different, like the wind is actually cool now.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Fall is on its way.
Mm-hmm.
And since fall is on its way, it means that it's safe to invite people to the homestead again.
Yeah, we never have people come over. Well, very rarely have people come over in this summer just because it's too risky.
It's too hot. It's not safe, especially if you're not used to being in a
Right.
desert environment when it's, 90, 100 degrees. And this elevation, there's a bunch of stuff where it's just not good. Anyway, fall's coming. So we're going to talk about, we have 2 events coming up this fall we wanted to tell you about. The first one is our meet and greet.
Yeah. We've done, how many of these? 2?
Just one.
Well, it's 2 different days.
Yeah, but we've only done one.
Okay,
meet and greet.
so this is going to be our next meet and greet. It's October 19th.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be here on the homestead from 9 to 3.
8 to 3, 9 to 3. I
9
got to double check. Hold on.
I think it's 8 to 3.
It is from 9 to 3. You're
9.
Right. Yep.
Did I say 8 or 9?
You said 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
9 to 3.
So here's what it is. This is not a work day. It's not a workshop. It's just a come to the property and hang out with us. And we'll do a tour of all the different projects that we've done here on the property. So that would include the solar shed office,
Yep.
the chicken garden, the outhouse, the dome home, the roundhouse that we're here right now, the Airstream metal truss cover, the Shelter Logic storage sheds, the outdoor shower, and of course, the legendary goat barn container.
That's a lot of things.
It is a lot of things. Yeah, so that we will do a tour of all that, and then we'll have a delicious lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will we'll also do some education stuff. So we'll talk about solar power, earth bag building, rainwater catchment, berms and swales, septic and composting, and even Wi-Fi mesh networking if you want to get nerdy.
It should be like a separate day where you just have your nerd
Just
stuff.
the nerd day, a nerd day on the Tiny Shiny Homestead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then, of course, we'll have like a big question and answer session. Well, pretty much the whole day is a question and answer session. But we'll have some time at the end for like all the questions. Yeah.
Yep.
So 9 to 3, if you want to sign up, we have the thing. It's all ready to go. And actually, so we mentioned this before, but if you're on the meet and greet email list, those people got an email like a week ago. So there's already almost a third of the spots are almost taken. So there's 30 spots total. It's just one day, October 19th. If you go over to tinyshinyhome.com/meetgreet, and if you pop up in the description of this live video, we have links to everything in there too. But tinyshinyhome.com/meetgreet, you can sign up, you can save your spot, you can sign up as an individual, as a couple, or as a family.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a lot of talking.
I know. Yeah, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. It should be cooled down enough, and it'll be nice to see everybody and not necessarily work our butts off all day, but we'll just get to like hang out with people.
A little break.
A little bit of a break, yeah. Now, if you're like, that's cool, but I really want to learn how to do stuff, we got you covered.
Yeah. We're doing another workshop day, a week-long workshop in November.
Yes. Do we know the dates for that? Hold on.
The 8th through 15th.
8th through the 15th.
I do my research.
Those are, I will say, tentative dates.
Yeah.
We're not taking signups yet, but we are putting it out there just to get on people's radar because we know a week is a big investment. It's a big time investment. You got to get off work. You got to do all that stuff, right? So, yeah, we're just kind of throwing that out there. We'll be setting up the registration for that probably within the next month.
One thing that you and I did not discuss is, are we having it where people can come just one day?
Yeah, we'll do that again.
Okay.
There will be a core group of people that come
For the whole week.
the whole week, but then we will also have some additional slots open on each day where people can jump in for certain parts of the process.
Okay.
Um,
It's kind of going to be all the same process, though. Like,
that's true.
you know,
We're
so
just
it's different than the dome build where people would pop in like, I want to learn how to do this, you know, specific thing. But
right. So I guess we should backtrack and
Okay.
say we're doing Hyperadobe. We're working on the roundhouse, and that's what we're doing.
yeah,
That's it. It's simple.
yeah. But those of you who are wanting to come, just know this is our house, and we're going to be a little bit picky.
We're going to be a lot of bit picky, and that's okay.
Okay.
Going to be teaching, but also, yes, we will
I just want to make
hold
sure
the
it's done
standard
right.
high.
Yeah.
We'll just say that.
Yeah. But it will be good. It'll
yeah.
be fun for everybody to learn the process and see what it takes to put a whole course on.
Or multiple courses.
I'm hoping that we can do 2 or 3.
I mean, with that many people here, I would assume. Well, I don't know,
You can
because
get multiple
you have
bucket systems going.
workshops are weird because you think you're going to get a lot done, but you spend
It's
a lot of time
teaching.
teaching, right? Because you want to make sure everybody is learning how to do stuff, and so I don't know. We'll see. I would say the first half of it will be slow, and then everybody will kind of get in the groove, and then we'll just start laying a lot of bags and stuff. So.
Yeah, the last week workshop that we did with Hayden building the dome was so much fun, and I'm just really hoping we can replicate that energy because it was a good time.
It was really good. Yeah. So, and we learned that having that full week, it was really important to everybody kind of connecting and becoming a team and really learning how to work together. So, yeah, that's what we're doing.
It'll be fun.
November.
Yeah.
Hyperadobe Workshop.
And there will be meals provided. So, yeah.
Good
I haven't
stuff.
even started thinking about that yet. Let's not think about that
Okay.
yet.
Yeah, that's
It'll
coming.
stress me out.
Okay, so let's answer some questions.
You had questions written down?
We had one question from a supporter. Oh, spam
homie?
calls. A homie. Yeah.
Jeez. Sorry, our cat just jumped on the shelter.
What are you doing?
This is how we have holes in everything.
Anyway, so their question was about the floor in the roundhouse.
I'm afraid she's going to break it.
Here, hold on, I'll grab it. Talk about the floor, babe.
The floor in the roundhouse. A lot of people are saying, when are you going to lay the concrete for the floor? The original plan was to do it now, 1 course ago. But, you okay?
Yeah.
But, as with everything, money is the problem.
Not just money, it's complicated.
It's super complicated.
This is a weird building. And this is something we haven't really talked about because we had this whole conversation with your dad about the floor and the doors specifically.
Yeah.
Well, you want to see if we can explain this? Okay, so you guys know that we laid.
Need a drawing.
I know. I see. Anyway, so we put the doors on top of the 4th course, right? The 4th course is where the floor level will be. Yes. But if we take the door forms out, we can't just pour like this much concrete over the thresholds, over that bag, right? So when we go to lay the floor, we're actually going to have to chop out that section of bag.
The 4th course under the door frames.
Under the door frames. The interior doors, probably not the exterior doors. That's still up.
Now, I could simplify this. I had a great solution for simplifying this. We just bring in more material and pour to the 5th course.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that because, I mean, it would be so much
It
material.
would be a lot of
And you'd have to
material.
recompact it all, and it would be like
Well, we're gonna have to recompact it anyway because we had to fill in the trenches. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's all up in the air right now. So it's probably gonna come later.
Yeah, so we're at the point where we're starting to talk to, you know, some companies and like be like, okay, how would you do this? Because we don't have a way to screed because we've already gone past that.
They're
fourth
gonna have
course.
to set forms in. I've already talked to Wilcox about it, and
Yeah.
they would have to come in and set up forms. But I don't know how that works when we want to insulate the floor.
Right. We got to
Like,
insulate, and we're still
Bear.
debating on if we do any kind of floor heating, and like yeah. So anyway, we've decided we're just gonna build walls, and we're gonna keep researching, and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Yeah. It's complicated. Also, I think like it would be easier for them to pour before the walls are up, obviously. But it would be easier to have the roof on to put the insulation down and not be rushed. Because, you know, if you put all that insulation down and then it rains, then you're screwed.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, it's complicated.
It is complicated.
So basically, we're probably going to have to wait till the roof is on and have a pump truck come in, and it's going to cost like twice as much.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, you'd almost need a pump truck at this point anyway. Also, you have all these door forms in the way that are all coming out.
Yeah, the door forms are staked into the ground too. Right. So it's like.
So we have to get the walls up to a certain point where we don't need the supporting stakes.
So the floor's not coming for a while.
Guys, it's just dominoes. It's all dominoes. Which, yeah. So we can't do it right now. That's the long and short answer.
Yep.
I feel like it was both. I feel like we talked a lot about it.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
We've been thinking about it for a while. That was the only question we had from a homie or supporter.
Well, I've seen a lot of questions just in general. One big question is the chicken garden. Do we want to address that one more time?
Sure.
People are asking why we never show the chicken garden. I feel like we do show it sometimes, but we don't. I mean, it's just over there and working. It's not a big deal. We haven't finished it because it's going to cost a fortune to stucco all of it.
Right, yeah.
Because you're doing both sides and the top. Like, it's just a lot. So we're waiting till the house is done. We'll finish it eventually. It's not like we're just going to leave it there forever and not do it.
Yeah, it's just kind of doing its thing. So we probably should show it doing its thing more. We just don't go over there a lot. Adelaide kind of runs it.
Adelaide runs the whole farm, so we're not as involved.
I'm trying to get to our live to answer questions, and YouTube is really just not doing its thing this morning. I'm not sure what the problem is.
Right there.
Yeah, it won't work. See? Okay, I'm going to see if there's any questions just by getting really close and scrolling on the comments. Good morning, everyone. Lots of people saying good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I still have allergies. That's why I'm a little stuffy sounding. Yeah, someone just asked about the chickens.
It says error. Yeah. We already answered the chickens, right?
Yeah.
I can't. I feel like I'm just going to be in people's face.
That's fine.
People asking about homeschool. We don't really go into homeschool just because we don't want to. Yes, our kids have always been homeschooled. We're continuing to homeschool.
We do the homeschool.
Yep. A big part of their homeschool is learning how to build a house.
Yes.
So they're very capable kids.
What other things are people probably wondering? Oh, here, okay. Our solar thing, like we had all the new solar panels on the Airstream cover. We put in the mini split. We put in the EcoFlow thing and Adelaide's dome. People are probably wondering, Lots of questions about the dome, really.
Yeah.
A lot of people wondering.
A lot of demands about the dome. You shoulds about the dome.
So listen, guys, here's the thing. We're not going to build another structure over the dome.
No.
That would cost a lot of money
We're not
because
repainting the dome.
we're not repainting the dome. The thing I think people are forgetting is that the time of year when it's hot is small.
Yeah.
Most of the year, this thing is going to be super comfortable. And also, like we said, it is still curing. So the humidity inside is really high. So it's making it feel warmer than it usually is.
Yeah, it takes about a year for the earth bags to fully dry out. So it's just that time frame that's really hard. So
yeah.
We had the same thing with our shed. It was like very humid in there for about a year. And
yeah, even more than that, I feel like. Yeah. And also, thermal mass transfer happens no matter what color it is. Most people are like, just paint it white. I'm like,
it does make sense that like a darker color is going to absorb more heat, but
it still absorbs. It's not
always absorb.
It's not like a traditional building where that white thing is just going to reflect it and it won't ever pass through. Like the earth is always going to absorb that energy, and bring it through to the inside.
And also, we don't want a white dome.
Don't want a white dome.
We don't want it to stand out.
But yeah, and like in terms of building something over it to shade it, what you would need to build with our winds, right, to actually shade it would ended up costing more than the little Wave 2 thing that we put in there.
Also, the placement of the dome was very strategic. Like, we'll eventually have the trees growing up and shading it.
Yeah.
It's just everything takes time.
Yeah, it's
to
temporary.
Grow out here.
It's temporary. Yeah. People asked about earth tubes too, right? So at this point, can't put earth tubes in the dome because it's got a concrete floor in it. And also the thing I think people don't realize is that earth tubes have to be really, really long and really, really deep. And so by the time you actually dig that trench and buy all that PVC pipe, it's not cheap. It's probably costs more than the little EcoFlow thing that we put in there.
Yeah, it may not be as expensive if we had our own tractor, but because we don't, we have to hire all this work done.
Yeah, but the PVC alone, like hundreds of feet, at least 100 feet of PVC at 4 to 6 inches.
Yeah, out of,
Right.
So
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we thought about all that stuff. Just to say, like, we thought about all that, and we appreciate the thoughts. But like, the Wave 2 was definitely the simplest, most straightforward, and temporary, right? So like we were just talking to Adelaide the other day, like it's already starting to cool down. Like we're probably going to take it out here in the next month. So it was always a very temporary solution that we didn't want to have to like, build a whole new structure, like do a whole new thing. And it's been working great. Like it just runs on that eco mode. It keeps it stable in there. And with all the new extra solar and with the mini split and the Airstream, like everything's just really comfortable all the time. And it's really nice.
Yeah, it's nice to not have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Berman swale. People always ask about the Berman swale.
Okay, so Berman swale, we're doing an update on the Berman swale.
We need to do it soon because I see leaves changing. And
we're already starting to lose some leaves, yeah. But yeah, we're definitely doing an update. I've got some calls into some people. We're gonna hopefully bring back some experts and kind of do like has it been 3 years?
This is the third summer.
Third summer. So we will look at what worked, what didn't, how the trees are doing, which ones made it, which ones didn't, some of the issues we had with our drip irrigation and our pump house. Lots of stuff to kind of recap and look back and cover. And so, yeah, we're just starting to work on that video, but we promise there is a berm and soil update coming soon. But we wanted to get it through this full third monsoon season to kind of have that like 3 full years of just to see where it was at. Yeah. So that was the plan. Let's see. Someone's asking, do we have rainwater catchment tanks? Yes.
On every single roof.
We have a lot of them. Let's see. Let's count it off. So
1, 2,
the Go Barn
3, 4,
is...
We have 5 tanks.
Well, they want to know the sizes and everything. So the Go Barn is, what, 1,000? 1,100?
1,200.
1,200 gallons. And that just goes for the goats to drink and then to wash a few dishes here and there. The outhouse has a 500-gallon tank, 550, and it's just to wash hands.
For now.
Well, and also you use it for a lot of irrigation, like
watering the plants
watering
around
the
it.
plants around it. Yeah,
But that's going to be changing.
that'll be changing soon. The Airstream has the biggest rainwater catchment tank,
3,500.
3,500. We hardly use any of it. It's full almost all the time because we're only doing
A couple showers.
some showers and some dishes in the Airstream, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. The chicken garden has another 1,200-gallon tank, and it just goes to water the chickens. They were asking about filters. The one at the Airstream does have a whole filtration system because that is the water that we drink and we cook with.
So it has a descaler and a whole house filtration. But also we do filter all of our cooking and drinking water with a Berkey inside the Airstream. So it's like ultra filtered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the shed has how many gallons?
That's a 2,500-gallon tank. That is the tank that gets used the most. It's used for drip irrigation, for laundry, and for outdoor showers.
Yeah.
And that's the one that we generally have to haul water to, especially this time of year when we're doing a lot of drip irrigation. That's what takes most of that water.
Yeah, for sure.
And the house is going to have a really big tank.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Yeah.
We just helped a neighbor install, well, kind of helped. We got to see how installed a Pioneer tank. So it's a big metal 30,000-gallon tank.
A little more permanent than the poly tanks. And that'll be sort of like the soul of our water catchment. Like at this point, we aren't really set up to live 100% off rainwater. But once we get the roof on the roundhouse and this 30,000-gallon tank, that's kind of the hope long term, is that we won't have to be hauling water anymore. Like it's a very long term goal. It's going to be complicated and it's like a whole thing, but like that's kind of the long term goal, is like we want to be as 100% off rainwater as we possibly can. But at this point, we've just been setting up individual silo sites and learning about it and, you know, seeing how it works. And
yeah, anytime we're going to build a roof, there's going to be water catchment off of that. It just has to be that way out here.
Yeah.
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 Are we going to ever drill a well, babe?
I don't know. I don't want to say never.
I'm not going to ever say never.
Yeah.
But it is not in the cards anytime soon.
No. Part of the reason is cost. The cost for wells have like tripled in the last several years.
It would be like 70 grand.
Yeah, which is crazy. And part of that is because we're up near the mountains, we would have to drill deeper. And so you're looking at a 700, 800, 900 foot well, probably.
Maybe even 1,000.
Maybe even 1,000 for, you know, padding. And I don't know, it doesn't seem like a great investment, at least for where we're at now and the amount of water that we're using now. It's totally doable for us to, you know, spend a few hours every couple of weeks and do a couple of water runs and catch everything else off of rainwater.
Yeah. Johnson has big plans for building a rainwater hauling truck trailer. One day, yeah.
Can
you scoot over? You're like barely on the screen.
I think we're going to have to. I'm more on the screen than you are.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
Look at your face.
Look, see right there. We're going to have to move the shade here in a minute.
You can move it.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to move the shade. Hold on.
That's good. Cloud is so unbothered.
You are so in the way, Mr. Cloud. Okay, do we have other questions?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to look at
Our
questions.
internet thing is not working.
Our internet thing
Oh,
is
you
fine.
got it.
What are you talking about?
It was saying there was an error and we couldn't get to it.
Oh, you were looking at the wrong spot.
You were looking at the wrong spot.
Did the goats get your hat? What happened to your other hat, babe?
Well, yesterday I was weed eating / mowing with a weed eater.
And the wind.
And the wind knocked it off. Well, I had headphones on or earmuffs on because it's so loud. And my hat didn't fit on there, so I just was sitting on there and it was fine until a wind gust happened and blew it right into the front of the weed eater. So it's destroyed.
Whoops. Oops, oops, oops.
So now I have no hat to wear for a few days.
Someone had a few people asking about washing machines and why we're still doing it with the hand washer.
Because we like it.
We do like it. There's something really sort of zen about it.
It's quiet.
Yep.
It's like gets us moving.
Also, we don't really have a place or a setup to do. Obviously, we have the power for it, but you would need plumbing and some sort of protected area that wouldn't freeze if you were going to put like a regular washer out. Unless you only ran it during the summer, but at that point it's like, well, why don't you
There are
just
people
do it
out
by
here
hand?
that have them outside.
Yeah, but like I don't want to have to disconnect.
I don't want to
something
have
every
to
winter.
think about it. I don't want one more thing that I have to be like, did we disconnect this? Did we figure that out?
Can we just talk about how the longer you live on a homestead, the more creep, the more like things, right? Like things you have to think about and remember that it all just builds up. And so I think we've talked about how this year in particular has been our year of removing all those annoyances.
Yeah.
Trying to set up as many systems and sort of automated type things so that we don't have this stuff in our heads all the time about how, oh, when it gets this temperature, we got to go unhook this thing and then we got to go do this. And the internet has to be rebooted every 5 hours,
minutes.
you know, with the old hotspot. And
let's talk about the things that we've removed, all the annoyances that we've removed.
Okay.
The internet.
The internet works
that
now.
That was a huge one.
Yep, and it works everywhere. It works. We're actually on it right now. It works outside. It works inside all the buildings, and it's really fast. And part of that is because they ran fiber, but also part of it was hooking up the whole Wi-Fi mesh thing.
Yep.
So that was a big one.
Also more solar, so we don't have to worry about power as much.
Right, because like every day in the summer, we would have to be like, okay, it's 5 o'clock. We got to turn off the air conditioner, switch to the swamp cooler, and then like we'd have to watch it like a hawk the next day and be like, okay, we're now producing enough solar and we didn't go too far on the battery bank overnight where we can turn it back on the next day, even though it's like really hot in the airstream. We have to wait like another hour, or it was cloudy that day and then it screws everything up.
Long story is it runs 24 hours a day, the air conditioner and the airstream, and we don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
What other thing? The gate opener, that was a big annoyance.
Yep.
And I don't know why we didn't do that sooner, but that's been really great.
It's been really nice, yeah. Fixing the pump, the drip irrigation pump was part of that Burn the Soil project like I was talking about. It wasn't working. We were having all kinds of problems, and so we got that all organized, and it's pumping the right amount of water now, and it's on its own schedule. What else?
I don't know. I think that's... What's that?
We have another one coming up that we're working on, which we can't quite talk about yet, but it is related to just annoyances and like a thing that we've always wanted to be able to do that's very manual, and we're trying to now that we have Wi-Fi, like we can automate so many things potentially.
I thought you were talking about the other project.
Which other one?
That project.
Oh yeah, that's another.
That's another one.
That's
we have several projects coming up, but they're all like really small, short. Won't take too long.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, alleviating annoyances, that's this year.
That is the plan, yeah. So, yeah, we're working on that. We have a few other projects planned for the rest of the year, but we definitely want to remove as many annoyances as possible because we got to a point where it's just like, it's just too much, right? Too many things to think about.
Yeah.
And we just needed to simplify some of that, so. All right, questions.
It's too quiet.
It's too quiet. Okay. I'm just trying to understand some of these questions here. Hold on. How much do we plan out our videos? Do we have a whiteboard with future topics planned out? Yeah, we're all organized.
We used to have a whiteboard, now I have calendars.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to see more than a few weeks at a time. So
Yeah.
I can
So
see multiple months.
we have a pretty big combination of, sort of big ideas for videos that are like very specific projects that we are planning and working on in the background. And then we also have just, the build stuff that we're working on and specific parts of that build that we're thinking about. And then sometimes it's just, it's just like we're trying to reach a certain milestone on a video and we don't want to leave people hanging too much. Like, for instance, we're doing a course on the roundhouse. If we spend like 4 videos on one course, like that's just, it doesn't give you like a very good feeling of accomplishment when
It's
you
not
watch,
as
right?
satisfying.
Right. So we want you to like feel like we did something, but that does mean we have to be pretty far ahead. So yeah, lots of scheduling and planning, and yeah, it's a thing for sure.
Yeah.
Are we doing anything with gray water?
No.
Not really. We have dogs, and gray water and dogs don't mix very well.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way.
They get
real sick.
Yeah,
if they get
don't
into
like it.
that.
So then you have to, if you're trying to use the gray water to water your plants, then you have to build a whole like fortress around those plants, and it just kind of becomes a whole thing. So at this point, we are.
Well, the shower water does go to the swale. That's pretty much the only.
And laundry, that's true. Yeah, I guess laundry and shower, they go to the swale. Yep.
Yeah. But you just have to be really careful about what you use, and it's just an annoyance.
We have a gray water septic up at the Airstream, and that just takes everything down into barrels with a huge infiltration rock bed underneath it, and it just goes straight into the soil. I guess the goat barn we're also reusing. It goes and waters that little planter.
Bed.
Yep. And that's pretty much it.
Maybe we do use
I guess we use more than we thought.
Yeah, I guess so.
You actually say it out loud.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget. Cats are trying to get into Adelaide's dome.
Oh no. How long do we think the house is gonna take? We don't know. No idea.
It would be done tomorrow if it was up to me, but
Yeah.
Things take time. Things take a lot of money, and we just do what we can as we have the money.
So the next video we have coming out on Saturday, we are going to be adding the 6th course to the house. A little spoiler there. And we actually keep track of how many days it took us to lay the 6th course.
Less than I thought.
It was less than I thought, but also when we push that hard, everybody feels pretty beat up.
It depends on the day, because sometimes, like, there was a couple days in that week that we didn't do hard, like we were out there for an hour,
Yeah.
But sometimes you can be out here for only an hour and it's 90 plus degrees and it's such hard work. Like, we're literally moving tons of material.
Yeah, and you're just sweating all of
you're shoveling.
Everything's leaving your body.
Yeah. 2 people are shoveling that much material. 2 people are moving that much material. Person's scooping that much material. Person's tamping that much material.
That's true. I never thought about it like that.
It's incredibly physical work.
It's not just 20 tons per layer. It's 20
it's
tons per
time.
person that touches it per layer.
Yeah, it's like a lot.
Yeah.
So
it is. I think our rough ballpark is we think it's going to take about a year to do the walls.
I think less.
I'm hoping less, but just to set expectations, probably about a year to build the walls. People ask how many courses. It's complicated because we're doing a pitched roof, so the inner circle will be higher than the outer circle, so the inner circle is going to go up a lot more courses than the outer circle.
The inner circle should be about 30-35 courses, and the outer, I didn't figure that up. It's 9 feet at the lowest point.
Yeah, we're kind of ballpark. We're just saying to ourselves internally,
it's about 30.
About 30 courses, right? We're at course
More
5, 6. Yeah. So some will stop lower, some will go higher.
But also, that's like, I'm counting 30 courses from floor.
No, I'm counting 30 total.
Well, that's not right. It's not right, because you count from floor level because of how high the roof has to be. So from floor level, the interior courtyard wall is 13 feet.
I know.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that one's taller, but then this one is not 30. So by the time you
I know.
average them out,
I'm just saying
30 to 35. 30 to 35 courses.
the height of the wall you have to consider at course 5.
Yeah.
Not course 1. Anyway. What else? I'm getting exhausted already.
Just thinking about it.
Yep.
Are we catching rain off of the goat barn container?
Yep.
Well, they're asking if we're catching the rain off the container
No.
itself. No.
No.
No, you would have to like pitch the whole
Eventually, we'll have multiple containers over there and a huge roof that collects a bunch of water.
Right.
And that will serve as a point for solar for our house. That's on down the road.
Yeah. What is the actual floor space inside the dome?
In the dome, 68 square feet.
Yep, it's tiny.
But less than that because like most of it's a bed. So it's like you can walk like 2 steps in there.
Oh, we had somebody send us some money for a new hat for you.
Thank you.
From Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth. Do we make soap from the goat's milk?
Not yet. We will eventually. We have big plans to do like goat milk soap and cheeses and things that we could actually sell, but it's pretty complicated and we don't have the setup for soap making yet.
Yeah.
Once the house is done, there'll be a lot more time and energy spent on stuff like that, like making things.
Do we make any money from the goats right now?
No. No, they cost so much money. There's been multiple times I've asked Ada, like, do you want to like downsize to where we don't spend so much money on? She says, nope. So.
Well, I mean,
it's her thing.
We have sold some cheese to friends and milk here and there, but we're
Yeah,
not
it's
like
not like a
official.
consistent.
Yeah, we're not like official because that's the whole thing. But just like to friends if they want it.
Yeah. I would love it if we could figure out a way that we could, this person every week wants a half gallon of goat milk.
Right. Yeah.
But we've tried that and it's never a consistent thing. Yeah. So it's more hassle than it's worth.
Yeah. So, maybe one day, but for now it's more
it's
for us. Yeah, it's for us. We consume most of the milk, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like ice cream. We make ice cream. We make cheese.
Yep.
We drink chai a lot. Coffee milk.
We eat cereal. We eat lots of bowls of cereal lately.
I don't know why you keep buying cereal.
Because the kids keep eating it.
Well, stop buying it and they won't eat it.
Yeah, so I think we should talk about the bundle.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I'm going to talk about...
What's it called? The Homestead Bundle?
The Homestead Bundle.
We've been a part of several of these over the last couple years, and it's so much good information. Like, I'm always surprised how much information is in a pack.
Right. So if you're not familiar, so there is this group called Impact Bundles, and they reach out to creators like us, and if we have educational resources that we want to put into the bundle, they like compile everything together, and they launch this bundle, and it lasts for
10 days?
10 days. And you basically get a ton of stuff for almost nothing. The cost is very, very low. You get all these different educational resources around all these different topics, but you have to buy within a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So it's time. It's fall. It's September. Homestead Bundle is back out. We're putting our Wi-Fi mesh guide inside there. Let me pull up my notes because there's like so much to talk about, right? Like there's so many things.
Yeah, we were looking through it, and a couple things that stood out to me. Like there's so many recipes in that. There's one whole like person's stuff about fall recipes and apples, like apple recipes, and I'm just like, I've got to go through that because
sourdough recipes.
Oh, there's always sourdough recipes, but it's neat to see different people's take on it because you can do it so many different ways.
Yeah. It launches today. It actually launched a little early this morning. That's why we're on the live today, because we want to make sure we got it out there for everybody. You can get it at tinyshinyhome.com/bundle. That'll take you over there. It's only $50. It's almost $5,000 worth of stuff. So if you were to go to buy, there's like over 100 different ebooks,
Creators.
courses, and guides from different creators. If you were to go to buy them individually, it would cost you $4,858.80. But you get it for $50. So like, even if you don't want to know about everything in this bundle, like, it's still just such a good deal. Like,
Yeah.
it's only $50. You go grab it, download everything, go access all the courses, and as long as you access those courses and download that stuff within a year, like, you get to keep it for however long you want. Yeah.
It's a crazy deal. I don't know how they make any money on it.
99% discount. Yeah.
It's
Well, I
insane.
think the way it kind of works is like, as creators, like, we can only go out and sort of, like, especially like a Wi-Fi mesh network PDF, like, there's only so many of those that we're going to sell. But if we include it in a bundle, then it becomes a much better sort of deal for everybody, right? And it's a lot more useful than just the Wi-Fi thing. Like, it's all these other things.
How much
combined
is
together.
our Wi-Fi mesh thing that we just sell? Like,
It's $19.
So $19 buying our Wi-Fi mesh instructions. What do you call it?
Yeah, guide, wiring
and
diagram.
then, or $50 and you get $4,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It is crazy. So yeah, it's a 99% discount. Here's just a few of the things that it covers, right? You've got canning, preserving, food storage, gardening resources, techniques for raising and caring for all sorts of like animals on your homestead, chicken, sheep, rabbits, herbal first aid kits, personal care products, recipes and methods for sourdough, pasta, all sort of like, if you want to make all your own stuff from scratch, like there's a few guides in there that will help you kind of do that and do it in like a really natural and safe way.
There was also a guide on how to make money on your homestead, which was really interesting.
Yeah, like income ideas for the homestead, which is definitely a whole thing.
Always needed.
Yeah. Guides on setting up off-grid systems like Wi-Fi mesh networks, but also probably some solar stuff. Sewing, quilting, building chicken coops and bathrooms off-grid.
Yeah, there's a guy in there that built a bathroom. It has a shower and a bathtub, shower, and toilet in there. It was really fascinating.
Yeah, it's all off-grid, all like solar powered and everything. Managing pests and diseases in your gardens using natural and herbal treatments.
There's a lot of herb stuff in there, like herbal things, like for first aid and for teas, and there was a lot of that this time.
Resources for emergency preparedness, survival kits, first aid, disaster readiness. Guys, so much stuff.
There was also like a almost like a bush school. What was it called? It was like a survival.
Oh, hold on, I wrote it down.
It was for kids though, right?
Yes, the kids wild school bushcraft guide.
Yeah,
that just sounds like fun.
I know, it makes me wish our kids were younger and would appreciate it as much. Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about this more, over the next couple of days, but we just wanted to make sure you knew about it. Again, it's at tinyshinyhome.com/bundle. You can learn how to start a vegetable garden. I like the one guide that I thought was interesting was about relocating, right? So like if you're moving to a remote off-grid area, like there's so many things to think about, right? And that there's a whole guide in there about how to relocate to your new homestead. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that people don't think about. I think people often are like, that sounds so dreamy, and then they don't realize it costs a lot. 6 figures to get started.
It's complicated. There's a lot of things you don't think about.
Yeah.
Just a lot of like practical things that like,
especially if you're coming from a traditional house.
Like, where am I going to go to the bathroom? Where am I going to...
How much water do you use? Like, most people don't know how much water they use in a day, and it's astonishing how much water people use.
And just moving into a rural area, it's like a whole different set of rules out here, There's just, the community's different, the roads are different, the stores are different, everybody, it's a whole different thing.
You're lucky if you have a Dollar General.
You have to learn how to navigate, right, yeah. So I thought that was a really interesting guide. The one I really want to do with the kids is survival knots.
I know you.
It's a
keep
whole
talking
guide
about-
of how to tie survival knots.
I think you want to do it for you more than the
maybe
kids.
because I'm really bad at knots, guys. Like I'm so bad at them. I can't ever remember
I think it's
them.
because you didn't grow up on a boat.
Probably.
Boating.
I did not grow up on a boat.
There's a lot of boating knots that I do that you're like.
Like what's happening? I don't understand. How are you doing that?
It's just from being on a boat.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, there's that one. The ultimate homestead planner, which I thought was really cool, is like multiple calendars so you can, because like we said earlier, like
Calendars are a good thing.
when you're on a homestead, there are so many systems and like maintenance you need to do and garden planting and trimming and like all these different cycles that you go through on a homestead, and it's really hard to remember all of them.
Yeah. It's nice to the lady that created the calendar, it was like all in one thing. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, plant this time and
Yeah.
check on this and replace this, and there's just a lot of good information.
Yeah. Another one that I thought was pretty cool was the National Parks of the USA Cookbook.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, so like somebody listed all the national parks and created a recipe to go along with each national park that kind of
Cool.
like fits with where they are.
We
and
should
like,
go through that.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Growing your own medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's something about maple syrup too.
Maple Syrup University.
I wish we had maple trees.
I mean,
Use that. That's where it
I
comes
want to
from,
go
right?
to Maple Syrup
Maple?
University.
I would just like some maple syrup.
Anyway, guys,
There's a lot.
there's over 100 things in here. Like you just got to go to that link, tinyshonem.com/bundle. Just look at all the stuff.
You can see it before you buy it, right?
Yeah, you can see all the different things that are included. It's a huge discount. It's totally worth grabbing.
Yeah.
And you
And-
got to do it before, what's the date it cuts off? Hold on.
I would think it was
The 18th.
Yeah. So you have until the 18th. But just do it now.
Just pop up in a new tab.
You know, that way you don't have to remember.
Don't leave us. Don't leave us. Just pop up in a new tab and go grab it and then come back.
Now, we do have to be upfront about, like, we do get a little small kickback from every sale, and that will help us build our house.
Right, yeah. So since we're included in it, that means we're affiliates of it. So every sale that we make specifically with our specific link, then yeah, we kind of share in that, and that's how they make it work for everybody. Is
Yeah.
they keep some of it, they give some of it to us, and yeah,
And
everybody
we could
wins.
Use, We could use a little boost on our house build. So
Guys, houses are expensive.
Please go buy that. Even if you don't want it, just go grab it.
No, don't get it if you
Well,
don't
yeah,
need
don't
it.
get it. I'm
Don't
fine.
do that.
Well, I mean, you could get it for somebody else.
That's true. You could gift it to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the bundle launches today.
Yeah.
What time is it? We still have about
20 minutes.
20,
No,
15
10
minutes.
10 minutes.
12 minutes.
13 minutes.
So let's answer some more questions.
Okay.
You want to answer some more questions?
Yeah, I if you find them.
I will find
But are you gonna, like, you leave me to where I have to talk and
I'm
say
sorry.
something?
Hold on.
Maybe I should find them.
You want to find them? What else could we talk about?
Oh, we should tell people to, if you look and see if you're subscribed, because sometimes people are getting unsubscribed from our channel, or their spouse is unsubscribing them. So just see if you're subscribed and hit the subscribe.
So wait, you're saying that spouses are unsubscribing?
Yeah.
Why?
Somebody's unsubscribing. Because there's been several people lately that are like, I thought I was subscribed, and then they see that they're not. And I don't know if, like, YouTube's just kicking them off or what.
I don't know. Guys, there's lots of buttons on YouTube, and sometimes it's easy to tap them accidentally. And I think sometimes YouTube has a mind of its own.
Which trees have done the best on our Burman soil?
Eucalyptus.
By far.
Yep.
Yep.
And a lot of people told us the eucalyptus would do terrible, and that they would burn down our homestead, and that they would kill everything around the base of them because of the oils, and we haven't found any of that to be true. They've actually grown the best. They have plenty of stuff growing underneath them.
Yeah, they look amazing.
And yeah, they're doing really good. So, and they're really pretty, and they stay green all year long, which is nice.
Yeah. What do we all do when we're not working on the roundhouse? Let's start by what do we do when we're not working on the roundhouse?
Well, if we're not physically working on the roundhouse,
We
we're
edit
mentally
videos.
working on the roundhouse and planning the
Planning
next
the
phase.
next stage, ordering materials,
Yeah.
talking on the phone to people.
Getting advice,
We
getting
are
estimates on
editing
things.
videos, uploading videos,
Yep.
checking on videos, talking to people,
Replying to comments and messages and
replying to emails that we get all the time.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty much, like I said, this is our job now. So,
Yeah.
like, when we're not physically working,
Mentally working.
we're creating the stuff that you watch, right? Or we're planning events, or we're being part of bundles, or we're doing all these different things.
Yeah. Helping neighbors install water tanks.
Yeah. I mean, also we're doing laundry and going and running errands, and this week in particular, we got a lot of trips into town because
dentist
of
appointments
dentist
and
stuff.
orthodontist appointments, and
one of our cars is acting up, and
we have to take car. There's just normal
life stuff. Yeah.
What do the kids do when they're not working on the house? So much reading and so much drawing.
They're homeschooling and drawing, and all that stuff.
Riding horses.
Especially this time of year when it's really hot, they're inside a lot.
A lot of working out lately.
Yeah, they're
running.
They're exercising.
Ada's training for an event.
Playing guitar.
Yeah, learning guitar.
Yeah.
So many things.
Whatever they want.
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea.
They get to do whatever they want because they are constantly learning. How much does it time to lay one step of the wall? I guess that means one course of the wall.
Well, you have to wait until Saturday and watch that video, and you will see how many days it takes to lay a course.
How thick is a course?
5 inches.
Roughly. We try to aim for 5 inches.
Depends on how you fill it, right? I mean, like if you don't fill it enough and you tamp it too much, it can be shorter, but also it gets wider, so it's roughly 5 inches. Yeah.
All right, when do our windows start coming into play? That depends on which room. So, 2 or 3 more courses, the windows in the living room go in.
Mm-hmm.
And then more before the hallway and the kids' rooms windows go in.
Some are taller than others, and some are placed different ways. But yeah, like we are going to be starting some windows pretty soon.
I know.
Which is crazy.
I cannot wait to have the frames for the windows in here. It's going to look completely different.
You all think it looks like Stonehenge now. Just wait. We got a whole lot of windows to add.
A lot of them are real tall windows, so it's it's going to be cool.
It's going to be really cool.
Do we deal with rodents? We have cats that deal with rodents.
Barn cats do a great job. Also, like many of you have asked, building this house, yes, we are putting hardware cloth on those lower layers to protect from rodents. Other than that, we don't really have that much of an issue with them.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Next question. Have you ever thought about a root cellar?
Sure.
Yeah, we actually even thought about installing one like in the ground in the pantry.
In the house.
Yeah, but we decided against that.
Yeah.
It got complicated.
Maybe one day, but listen, I promise you, Ashley has thought about all of it. Every single idea you've had.
There's probably not an idea that you can tell me that I haven't thought about. Also, eventually, there will be an underground greenhouse.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Does it have a special name?
Is
it the W?
Yeah, I always want
Wallapini.
I always want to say
Wallapalini?
No. There's a national monument out here.
Wapuki?
It has a K in it.
Dang it. I'm not going to butcher it anymore.
Anyway.
Wupaki.
Wupaki. I always want to say Wupaki.
Wupatki, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. But it's
I may be wrong. You can correct me.
It's a Wallapini.
Yeah.
It's an underground greenhouse that eventually we will have.
What?
Someone said I was a cool chick.
You are a cool chick. That's why I married you.
You should tell me that more often if you want.
Okay. Hey, you're a cool chick.
Maybe in different words. You can tell me by taking me to sushi.
Okay, we do need a sushi date.
God. We don't have time to go. A lot of people are asking, like, what? Not on here, but like a lot of people ask, like, when we get to go have time for ourselves. I'm like, when we have to go to the grocery?
Yeah.
Like, our dates are always combined with running errands, and it's
Well,
annoying.
yeah, because to go anywhere good, we have to drive an hour and a half.
Yeah. So we have to make it worth it.
Yep.
But then it's like, doesn't feel like a date most of the time because you're running errands or buying cement. And
Yep.
yeah, it's kind of
It's
annoying.
just our life. It's just
How
our
do
life.
I fix this? Because it,
I don't know.
I don't know what I did. There. How do I
Swipe
get?
up. Keep swiping.
Okay.
Yeah, YouTube's glitching hard today. I'm not sure what the problem is.
Do you have wildlife on your property?
Yeah.
Tell them what we have on our property.
Well, in this area, we have scorpions, we have snakes, we have javelina, we have deer, mountain lions, bobcats.
We have a mountain lion that lives about a half mile from
There's
here.
a bear up in the mountains. Seriously, there's a bear up in the mountains.
Supposedly. We haven't seen it.
So many birds and like pack rats and squirrels and
Kawati?
coati.
Cotamundi.
Oh, the cotamundis. Yeah, those are crazy. I haven't seen one here yet. Gila monsters, lizards,
Scorpions.
scorpion. I already said scorpions.
I wasn't listening.
So many things. That's one of the reasons we love it here. It's like there's almost always some sort of animal or something doing something around here. Lots of rabbits, jackrabbits, regular rabbits. What are the little rabbits? What do you call them?
Cottontails.
Cottontails. Yeah. Any other questions?
Somebody says you have a sinus infection.
I do not have a sinus infection. I have allergies.
Yep.
But thanks for diagnosing me over the internet.
Be nice. That was. I apologize. Hasn't slept good for a while.
I don't apologize. Don't tell me I have a sinus infection.
Hey.
I don't have a sinus infection. I'm fine.
Okay.
I just need to blow my nose, but I don't want to do it on camera.
Well, go over there and do it. Go over there and blow
It's
your nose.
fine. Everything's fine.
Updates on the animals.
They're good.
Have we had a chance to fix our pothole in the driveway? It's not a pothole. What happens is it had a spot that held water, and every time you drive over it, it got deeper and deeper and wider. And no, we don't have time or money to fix that. We'd have to bring in so much AB mix.
Yeah, it's really turned into like a dip now.
It's like a pool.
It would be like a whole truckload of material.
But also, like, there's no point in just putting it in that spot. Eventually, we will, like, have the driveway done, but it's
That's fine.
It costs a lot.
For the, like, 10 times a year, it's got water in it.
But it does make it worse. Every year it gets really bad.
It's true.
Do we create our own music for the videos?
Nope, we do not. Once upon a time, we did, and maybe in the future we will. But I don't have the time.
I feel like after the house, we're going to have a lot more time to be more creative.
I hope so, yeah.
Look at all the cats on the dome. That's adorable. They're each on a step.
All the cats they're like stair stepped.
That's adorable.
All
I
the
need
kittens.
a picture of that.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people, I do see a lot of comments where people asking if that song is like us or if it's me singing or if we wrote it, and
We
no,
don't have time.
No, you will know if it's us. Like, we'll tell you. But yeah, for the most part, we get our music from.
It might
artists.
happen in the near future.
Maybe. Who knows?
Been trying to get Johnson to play a song.
We're gonna do a music video.
No. No.
Who knows what we'll branch out into?
What's the plans for the Airstream after the house is done?
It is permanently parked where it is, and it will stay there until the end of time.
Unless the kids want to fix it and take it on adventures.
Maybe, but I mean, it's, we installed the mini split. It's bolted to the concrete. It's hardwired in. Like, it's not going anywhere. I don't know if we'll end up. I don't know if we'll rent it out or not.
I think we would let family stay in it. I don't think I would have people that we don't know.
Make a great little kind of like side
friends
casita.
or family.
Yeah, like if my parents came to visit it, it'd be
Or
a nice little space for them.
friends from Tennessee if they wanted to come over.
Yeah.
How viable is an earth home when you live in a wet area?
We have a video where we talk about that. The short version is that you just have to, in any wet climate, like when you build, you're going to have to protect it from the elements. So
Good boots, good hat.
you need a really good roof, and you're going to have to waterproof the plaster on the outside really well.
Have plenty of overhang.
Your drying process might be difficult depending on when you would have to kind of build it during the right time. Like if it's during the rainy season, the bags may not dry out properly.
I know it can be done in any climate. I just think that it's best done in a wet climate. Sorry, is that bothering you? We'll make it to where you can't see me shaking. You can't feel it, can you? Can you feel it on the bag?
No, but
sorry, I have to move my leg. I'm not doing anything. I have to be moving. Do your kids get tired of all the work? Yeah, we get tired of all the work.
Sure.
Everybody gets tired of the work.
There's days that life, we don't, guys.
There's days that we definitely don't want to do it, but we're going to do it anyway. And I think that's good to teach the kids. Yeah, you can say that you don't want to do it. We say that we don't want to do it, and then we just do it.
Yeah, but there's also days where we don't do it. You know, it's not like we're out here slaving away every single day for 8 hours a day. Like,
yeah, I think people think that we're out here working on this like all day, every day, and it's not.
No, we're always trying to find a good balance. Yeah. There's still, we all still have plenty of like personal time and learning time, and
I don't think we could do it if we were just working on this all the time. Like, no.
That's not healthy. Yeah. So we have a really good balance, we promise.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels like we don't, but we really do if you think about it. Like, yeah. Okay. How are you doing today?
How are we doing today? I'm excited because we are at the point in the house where we get to do something different besides lay bags.
Yeah.
We get to work on a new part of the process, which you'll see in a few videos.
Yeah. Ashley, are you ever going to get a garage? Of course I'm going to have a garage.
Yeah, one day.
Of course. Yeah, it's just not going to happen anytime soon.
Yep. Got to build a house.
I would like to live in a house before I have a garage. Although I could use a garage to work on things for the house, which would be nice, especially like when it comes time to make cabinets and stuff. It would be nice to have a sheltered place to work on things.
Agreed.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Who knows? We might have a side quest in the middle of the house build.
Well, I don't want a side quest until the roof is on.
Yeah.
And it's like closed in.
Yeah.
No side projects till it's closed in. No long-term side projects.
Never say never.
Do any of the kids not like what we're doing? It seems like everybody's involved. Yep. Everybody is fine with what we're doing. But our kids have been involved in every decision that we've made. When we left to travel full time, they were involved in that decision.
Yeah.
When we decided to get off the road, that was up to them too. And where we live, that's up to them too. And
we don't do
what we're doing. Everything is up to everybody. Like, it's a family decision.
We made a lot of crazy choices in our life, and yeah, we've always talked to the kids about it because it affects them too. And so we always decide on these things as a family, right?
Did your parents do that? Did you ever, like, when you were growing up?
I don't think we ever did anything crazy like we
Was there ever like something that was decided that you guys had to like come together and make a decision?
I don't remember.
My parents didn't involve us.
I mean, but we both like lived in the same house our whole lives. Like, we didn't like move, or like there wasn't any.
Well, I mean, like even purchases or like big things. Like,
yeah, no, that was
no.
Mm-mm.
That was up to your parents.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're doing things a little weird.
We're a little weird. If
we
you hadn't
like
noticed.
to involve the kids in our decisions too, and I think that's good.
I think it's good because they bring a perspective that we don't necessarily have. Like, sometimes they'll bring up something and we're like, we did not think about that. Yeah. That's a good point.
So many times. Yeah. Especially the older they get. But even Ada, like, she'll come up with things and I'm like, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody is involved in all the decisions.
Yep.
Someone says good evening from Spain.
Whoa, Spain?
We have a dog named George. You seem tired. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Is this supposed to be a compliment?
Don't think so.
That's like saying, "Hey, did you sleep good? Because
I
you look
know.
like crap."
I know. Boundaries, people. Boundaries. Let's be nice.
I thought I felt pretty good.
I know,
I've
me
been up
too.
since 5:30.
But
got
not
my
now,
walk
thanks.
in. I was feeling really good until I read that comment. Okay. When's the next 30 days of video?
Guys, no.
It is so much work.
No.
I occasionally think about it, but it's not as satisfying as getting several days in a video. Like, I mean, it's way easier for me to edit those videos, but the story's not always there. And sometimes it's just really hard. Some days we're like, just want to work and not talk. And so
that's what we found has been really nice, especially as we're doing the house. And there are definitely days where it's like, we just need to come out and we need to get this section of bag laid. And like,
we just time lapse
nobody
it.
wants to talk.
Nobody wants to do B-roll.
To be fun on camera.
Yeah.
Like, we just want to get it done. And like,
Yeah.
by shooting multiple days, that allows us to still get that stuff done and record some of it. But
maybe some days we have more talking than others because, you
Yeah.
know, the energy's different. Sometimes it's just really hard.
yeah. And, you know, I don't know. We just, we do it every once in a while, but it is a lot. And we don't have any plans to do it anytime soon. Especially right now with all the events and stuff coming up. Speaking of, in case you just showed up, I'm going to recap
Go ahead.
all the stuff at the beginning that we talked about. We are announcing fall events. So there's going to be a meet and greet here on the property October 19th. You can sign up at tinyshinyhome.com/meetgreet and you'll come do a tour of the property. We'll feed you. We'll cover a bunch of things like solar and rainwater harvesting and permaculture. I almost said permaculture. That's what I should call it. Permaculture.
I
Yeah.
like that.
New word, trademarked.
Don't steal it.
Don't steal it. I'm going to go get the domain name. Yeah, that's going to be October 19th. There's only 30 spots available, and some of them are already gone because the people that signed up for the meetup list were able to sign up for it early. So yeah, go grab a spot on that if you want to come hang out with us. If you want to learn how to do Hyperadobe, we're doing a full week-long workshop in November 8th through the 15th are the tentative dates. Not a way to sign up yet, but we're getting that out there onto people's calendars. And then the Homestead Bundle, which just came out, it's over 100 ebooks, guides, and courses, almost $5,000 worth of stuff for $50 at tinyshinyhome.com/bundle. And that's all the announcements. That was really fast.
I wasn't listening to a single word
Do you
said.
have any other questions?
Yep. How's the goat barn doing?
Goat Barn's great.
The goat barn was doing really great until we had kittens in there and they flooded the goat barn.
It's a long story. We'll tell you about it sometime.
We'll
It's
tell
fine.
you about it when you come to visit.
Yeah, the meet and greet.
To the meet and greet, you'll get to hear the whole story.
But it's fine. It's still working.
Everything's fine.
Everything's good.
Kittens are kicked out.
Yes, they're not in there anymore. They were removed shortly thereafter.
Oh, some mean comments.
Uh-oh. Somebody might be
Should
very
I call
nice.
somebody out on their comments?
We're feeling a little spicy
I'm
today,
feeling
guys.
real spicy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hi, Martin from Denmark. I just thought that was cool that he was from Denmark.
Oh, I thought that was
No,
the
he
mean
was not
comment.
the mean. He's nice.
You're good.
Good
Sorry.
job, Martin. We love you. Can we bring you a cactus? You can bring me a cactus if it can grow in my climate. And
We are almost 5,000 feet, and we do get hard freezes. So most of the cactus you would see in like Tucson don't work here.
yeah.
Just so you know.
But I just weed whacked the entire cactus garden.
You did. It looks really good.
And I've been busy at pulling out bushes that I don't like and don't want in there. Because eventually I want like walking pathways through that and so much cactus. And I've been transplanting and like propagating. So it's looking really good over there.
It
I
is
mean,
looking good.
you said it's all really small. Of course it's really small. It takes forever to grow.
I know.
But
I want like big cactus.
I know,
like,
give it
big
20
cactus.
years and we're going to have really big cactus when we're dead. Okay. I want to come to the meet and greet, but I live in Ohio. Hey, we have people coming from Georgia and Michigan, so you are more than welcome to
You're
come,
more than
even
welcome.
if you're not around here. How cool is that we have people coming from Michigan and Georgia?
That's pretty crazy. The internet.
We've had people from Washington, D.C. come. We've had people from Australia come.
That's true. Hi, Hayden, if you're watching.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Someone said 5,000 feet. We're technically 4,980 feet. So.
Well, actually, 667 feet, according to my watch.
Well, when I stand up in the high part of the property, 4,980 feet.
About 5,000 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty high. That's why it's so temperate here. I mean, we always talk about how it's hot and cold, but like we actually kind of get 4 seasons, which is not normal in the desert.
Yeah. Also, hi, Susan from the Netherlands.
Hi.
Thanks for showing up here. How cool would it be if we had people from overseas come?
That would be crazy. That'd be crazy for one day.
We have to give them something,
know,
like,
right?
you know. We should like give something away to the person who traveled the furthest.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Something handmade.
Yeah.
Homemade.
9:12 a.m.
Oh, geez.
It's 9:12 a.m., guys.
All right. Well, that's it.
That's all the questions?
Yep.
We reached the end of the questions.
I've made a boundary to where I won't call people out.
Oh,
for being
you're not
mean.
going to do the mean one? Okay. Just know.
We see you.
We see you, Mr. Meanie, Mrs. Meanie, whoever you are. I don't know.
All right.
Telling
guys,
me I have a sinus infection.
This is why I have to have therapy. But truly, it is.
Hey, any other questions before we head out for the morning?
No.
Anything? Anything at all? Don't forget, meet and greet.
Meet and greet.
Bundle.
Meet and greet October 19th.
Yep.
There's a sign up, tinyshyhome.com/meet and greet. Meet, greet.
Meet, greet. Yep.
And workshop coming up in November. Tentative dates 8th through 15th.
Mm-hmm.
The whole week. We would love to have you here. And the homestead bundle.
tinyshinyhome.com/bundle. If you can't type it out, there's links in the description. Just pop up in the description, and I'll probably go back into the video once it uploads, and I'll put little card links to get you over there. But yeah.
Just for the record, I'm looking at you in this screen, and you do not look tired.
I'm not tired.
Do I look tired?
You don't look tired at all.
I look like rosy and cute.
You're looking good.
Look how cute
You're
I am.
You're a cool chick.
Guys, I'm not tired. All right. That's
hey,
it.
we got stuff to do today, and I know you all do too. So thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.